Hey everyone, remember back in December in 2023 when I showed you a fun routine about potting a ball off the blue spot and trying to get position on a line of colours between pink and black spot? Well, I'm back with an update on that routine, so stick around and find out how my practice has been going. I didn't really give it a name when I first introduced it, but since then I've been referring to it as the thin blue lineup. And it's basically that routine where you put a ball on the blue spot, one of the reds, and you try and pot that red in one of the middle pockets, and you try and get position on a line of the colours between pink and black spot in as few attempts as possible. You'll also hopefully remember that I actually split the routine in two. The first part of the routine is you try and get position on the colours with the cue ball on the right hand side of the table, and the second part you try and get position on the colours with the cue ball on the left hand side of the table. But both of them were a maximum of 6 attempts. Well, I'm back with an update on this practice routine because the little solo practice time I've had over the last few weeks, this has been one of my go-to routines. And I do think it's actually really helped my game. Anyway, let's get into it because I've actually got quite a few attempts to show you and I don't want to keep you waiting. So grab yourself a drink and a snack maybe, make yourself comfortable, and let's take a look back at the first attempts on the 2nd of January this year. Okay, so here we go with this attempt, and yeah. So obviously starting on the right hand side of the table with the cue ball, that is trying to get the cue ball on the right hand side of the table as we look at it. So these are sort of soft screw sort of stun shots, and landed pretty much perfectly on either yellow or green. I do try and basically set out to play them in order, but so I was actually playing for yellow there, but I think I was just slightly better positioned on the green, although I would have been, if it was only the yellow left, I would have been happy with the position on the yellow. I would have hopefully been able to pot that, and this time, so that doing them in order just gives me a chance to just slightly minorly adjust the shot each time. So what I did there was I actually, instead of playing for the yellow, so having to go backwards, I just kept going through the order of the balls, and with the intention of basically going back to the yellow at the end, hopefully, because with the yellow I can hopefully get it in either the left corner or the left middle if I just don't get the position right. But actually I underhit that a little bit of playing for the blue, so I'm going to take the yellow now. So that's everything I've just said kind of goes out the window. So just a gentle rolling in the yellow, and I did actually manage to avoid the line of colours there. I don't particularly deliberately, I'm not playing a particularly deliberate shot on the pot. I'm just trying to pot it, so it doesn't matter really if I run into those colours. I just replace them if I did. This time I didn't quite get the screw I wanted on it, so I was kind of a bit lucky here that, because the closer you are to the line, the less margin of error you have for position really. So I was a little bit lucky that I have at least got some kind of shot. Although I end up taking the more difficult black. I did look at the blue to the middle, but I felt like I could probably cut this black in, but I didn't cut the black in. So there's my first miss of this attempt. And as you can see, the previous best was 10, and the asterisk means that it was 10. So the previous best was 10, but it's specifically on this side of the table. I've done better, but on the other side of the table. I don't know really why I put the asterisk in when I can explain that to you. So this time I've gone too far really for the black, so I decided to play the blue to the middle, and just maybe played it a little too slowly because it did drift towards the near jaw much more than I thought it was going to do. So the blue goes back in its position, and we go again trying to get on one of these 3 colours. And this time I just don't get the screw, so I don't even bother playing a pot there. I just abort and go back again. So there's another attempt scratched off. So can I do any better this time? Bit more screw please. That's better, but I've hit it a little bit hard. Or have I? Actually, that's about perfect for the black, so happy with that. Probably was playing for the blue, but having undercooked the screw element of it for the last couple of times, I did probably just put a little bit more beans into it and end up landing on the black. So now I've got choice of 2 to play for. So hopefully I can land on one of them. Again, I've got just a little close to the colours, but I've just about managed perfect for the pink. If I'd been a little bit further away, then I would have had a bit more margin for error, but still, it doesn't matter when you land that nicely. So I just need to roll this in pretty much straight. Thought I'd missed it. Thought I'd hit the near jaw. It just glanced the near jaw, but it did drop in, thankfully. So can I get this blue? Yeah, come a bit wider. That's more the sort of line that I want. Although if, actually no, it would have been, I was going to say it's a bit wide for the black, but actually it would have been all right. Even if it stopped there, I probably would have fancied myself to pot the black from that position. And there we go. So now we've got an ad break coming up, so I'll see you in a minute. So here we are again. This time we're doing sort of stun run-through shots for landing the cue ball on the left-hand side of the table, trying to play the colours into the right-hand corner or right-hand middle. And just maybe didn't quite get enough stun on that one, so the cue ball's drifted a little bit close to the cushion, but I'm pretty much perfect on, well, brown, blue, or even pink, but I think I'll probably take the blue. No, I'll take the brown, just slightly low on the brown, so I'm able to get that in nicely and avoid hitting the line of colours. So what do I do here? Play it a little bit harder. I do, but again, I'm not low enough on the white really, so I come off the cushion. I mean, if you're playing this as a sort of more advanced player, you probably want to avoid using the cushions unless you're specifically trying to play off the cushions. But yeah, at the moment I'm just trying to get the clearance. So pink or black here, black. It's pretty much dead straight. It rattled. It did not. Maybe thought about going in, but it did eventually drop. So again, just stun run through, and landing there gives me a choice. So I've sped this up a bit. So there was a chap playing on the table next to me, or the table, maybe a table one over from me, and he started chatting to me. So we were chatting for a good sort of 5 minutes. I've sped this up a bit because what happens is I think I just forget where I was in the shot and think I've played the pot for some reason and end up moving the cue ball right without playing the pot on the colour. So unfortunately that is an attempt down where I could have really played a colour there. So just don't get distracted by people on the next table when you try to do this, as I did. Again, just not quite the screw that I wanted, and end up with the cue ball too close to the cushion really. So having to play a much more difficult shot on the blue, one would assume. So, but just stroking it in, I end up, I played it dead straight, and actually there needed to be a little bit of an angle there, so a bit disappointing to not get that. That's more like the line I'm looking for, and it's just drifted far enough for the yellow. But if I can replicate that line, but just adjusting the power slightly, then I should be able to play for all of these balls quite easily. It's a bit of a stretch for the yellow, but it's okay. And on we go. Yeah, that's the right line again. Probably was playing for the green, but just over-egged it a little bit. But I am on the pink, so that's fine. Blue would also be possible if if it was only green or blue left, or only the blue left. But I think I'm going to play the pink. I think I'm slightly low on the pink here. Yeah, but I do manage to avoid the blue. Again, not specifically trying to avoid the blue, but I did. So I've got a choice of 2 here, and there's a bit of a gap between them. So I've got a little bit more of an area to play for than I would do if they were, just two next to each other. And again, I managed to get on the blue. So I just need to stroke this in. It's just off straight. And yeah, that's nice. So can I get this green in the first attempt? So I've been sort of struggling to find the right pace for this. But I think I just took my eye off the pot there, thinking about the position, and just missed the red. So disappointing, because I did actually get a good position on the green. So that's okay, but I've just drifted a little bit again, just a little bit too far. I would have liked a sort of more of an angle off the blue, to come towards the middle of the table a bit more. But still, this should go in, and it does. So that's 9. So I did at least match. So definite improvement from the first session, which was in the previous video, but the previous bests were in the scorecards at the bottom. And please bear in mind, I was only doing 1 attempt each side per practice session. So with that in mind, let's jump to the 10th of January, which was my next solo practice session. So as you see, over a week in between solo practice sessions at this point. So let's take a look at these attempts then. Different day. Can I do any better? Yeah, so definitely finding a sort of nice line there. Just maybe didn't go quite far enough, but still managed to cut that yellow in nicely. And so can I play for the green? As I say, I do always try and play for them in order. So yeah, perfect on the green. So it should be easy to pot this one. Yeah, nice little stun screw shot, avoiding the brown. So brown next, but if I drift too far, I've got a couple of options. I thought I'd overhit that one. Well, I've definitely overhit it for the brown, but I'm on the pink. So yeah, that's turned out okay. But obviously, if I was specifically playing for the brown ball, it would have been a little bit more difficult pot. Well, a lot more difficult pot. But the blue would have been possible. And the black would have been possible. So yeah, okay, got the pink in. So obviously the more colours you get rid of, the more precise you have to be. That's why you try and leave the clump together so you've got a little bit more area, and that's pretty much perfect for brown or blue. Brown is just slightly low, but still should be fairly easy. Blue would have been okay as well. And there we go. So just 2 more balls to pot, or do 2 more attempts to get right. And just, well, it's okay, just maybe got a little bit too much screw on that one, but actually, to be fair, it's landed fairly perfect for the black, even though I probably in my head was playing for the blue. So can I stroke this blue in? I can't, black in even, not blue. So 1 more ball to go. Can I get this clearance done in this shot, this attempt? I get the red in, and I'm pretty much perfect on the blue. I probably couldn't have placed it much better myself if I'd picked the ball up and placed it. So just need to hold it together and get this attempt done. But I absolutely messed it up. Completely messed it up. But given that we're still searching for a PB, I take the final shot, but I do actually manage to get it this time. So let's just watch me pot this for a new best of 7 out of 6. Or yeah, there we go. Ad coming up. So can we do any better, or at least as good, with trying to get the cue ball on the left hand side of the table? So that's much more of a good stun shot, although I was playing for the yellow, I did over egg it slightly, so probably brown or blue is the shot here. It looks like it's the brown. Yeah, played that pretty nicely. I feel like my cueing is a lot better on these shots. I need to just remember how I cue these in actual frames. Again, just drifted a little far for the yellow into the right corner. But I've got the yellow into the middle, or I've got the blue into the corner. So what I'm going to take, I'm looking to take the yellow into the middle to get rid of those higher balls. There we go. Now, will I play on the green, or will I play for one of the 3 in a line? Yeah, I played for the green, just drifted a little bit too far though. Well, not too far. I mean, as I say, if the green was the only ball left on the table, I would be happy with this. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the green or I'm going to take the blue. I think if where I'm stood is anything to go by, I'm going to take the green. Yeah, I'm going to take the green. And there we go, stroke that in. Okay. So can I get to the line of blue and black? Or just maybe run... Oh, well, I'm perfect on the black, but I think I probably was playing for the blue. But absolutely perfect on the black. Just need to, again, stroke this in. Been practicing blacks off the spot, so should not be a problem. There we go. So I've got two balls together now, so I've got a little bit more of a margin for error. Yeah, and rolled that nicely, so I can take either of these really. Probably the pink is the straighter shot, but again, even if it was just the blue, I would have been happy with the position on the blue. So will I take this slightly more tricky blue? Probably will, because I think the pink was pretty much dead straight, and dead straight is a little bit more difficult than a slight angle like that. So, can I get this pink and get this side of the table done, completed? Ooh, I can play that pretty nicely. I had a bit of an anxious look on my face there because I thought I'd not quite hit it hard enough, and it's certainly a little high. You know, it's high from straight, but you would be happy with this position if that's what you played on a ball in this position. And oh, I just caught the near jaw, but again, just for completeness, show the next shot and show me getting it. And I think a little bit of frustration and definitely frustration got the better of me there. My arm just swung at that one, played it far too hard, left myself I can't tell you how much more difficult this shot was than the previous pink, but I did actually manage to cut that one in. And I think I said to the camera, and I was gutted with both of those attempts. But it was at this point I decided to concentrate on just one side of the table until I actually successfully completed the routine. And I decided to start by trying to get the cue ball on the right-hand side of the table as we look at it. And rather than just doing one attempt per session, I'll spend a bit more time on each per session. So coming up is a bit of a supercut of my best attempts over the next, I think, 2 sessions. But before we roll that supercut, please drop the video a like by clicking the thumbs up button at the bottom of the screen. Also, although I'm really happy that the channel reached 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2023, I don't want the sub count to stop there. So please, if you're watching this video without being subscribed, please do consider subscribing to the channel. As always, it doesn't cost you anything, and you never know, you might actually see something you like. There will be an in-video subscribe link at the end of the video, but you could also subscribe at any time by clicking the subscribe button underneath the video or visiting my channel page at any time. Ha, so I fooled you. I actually did get successful in the end. And whilst I was massively disappointed that my positional shot on that black did not go to plan and I massively overhit it, I was very, very happy to cut it in because it was quite a thin angle and I was tucked underneath that bottom cushion. And to be honest with you, that was going to be the end of this video, as I had not managed to complete the routine by trying to get the cue ball on the left-hand side of the table. Until, quite literally yesterday, this happened. So there you go, another successful attempt at this time with the cue ball on the left hand side of the table. And that's probably that for this routine, at least as far as videos goes. I do have some ideas about how to perhaps make it more challenging for more experienced players, but that might be for a few weeks or months down the line, we'll see. Anyway, that's all from me in this video, but hopefully this video marks the return to regular uploads on this channel, at least weekly. But any not, I will see you hopefully next Sunday for another video.